Hey guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to part 2 of sharing my crocheted projects with you. As I shared in part 1, I really love the bean stitch or mini bean stitch, also known as the Elizabeth stitch. So what I did is I made 2 different infinity scarves with the mini bean stitch. And I didn't follow any patterns, I just looked on YouTube to figure out how to do the Elizabeth stitch. And I used, I believe it was Yarn Bee sugar wheel cotton from Hobby Lobby. And I'll show that to you. I don't know, I love the colors. I think this color might have been something like nutmeg, or I'm not sure, but I just find that really, really pretty. And the next one was also a Yarn Bee sugar wheel cotton from Hobby Lobby. I forget what this one was called, but it has so many beautiful colors in it. A few years ago, I made my husband, my son, and stepson some scarves for Christmas, and I'll show you that. There's a pattern I found on Pinterest called Danforth Crochet Men's Scarf, and I will be leaving links below on where I found the patterns that I made, just in case you're interested. I made the stripes a little bit different than what she had in her pattern for this one, and for this is the only scarf I have on hand right now, but I do have a picture that I will insert here so you can see the other ones I made. But I really find it a beautiful pattern. My husband loves it. Well, everyone loves their scarf, so that makes me happy. The next project I have is called the Sweet Pea Top by Evelyn and Peter, and I made it with True Blue yarn. That's kind of what it looks like here. Oh, one thing that I did do is I changed the sleeves in the pattern a little bit. I can't remember exactly what I did. I think it might be, I might have half double crocheted around the sleeves. And then I also did the same thing on the bottom of the top. But it's very, very nice and lightweight top. Very soft too. The next project is an infinity scarf that I made. It's one of my very first infinity scarves by Melanie Ham. Unfortunately, Melanie passed away a while back. She definitely will be missed. She's was one of my favorite YouTubers and definitely an inspiration. Her pattern is made with V-stitches, and it's a pretty easy infinity scarf to make. And it was made with, I believe the yarn was Red Heart Melange. I could be saying that wrong. And the color was Theater. And I don't know if they make that yarn anymore, but I absolutely love the colors. They're like fall colors. I loved that infinity scarf so much that I decided to use the same yarn and the same V-stitch to make a shawl with it. It's just a rectangular shawl. But again, the colors are so beautiful. I couldn't help but make myself one. My next project was also a pattern made by Melanie Ham, and I will leave that link below. I used Karen Anniversary Cakes, and I'm forgetting the color. But it's pretty. The next project I have is a pattern by Yarnspirations. It's a blanket. I'm forgetting the name of it, but I will put the name of it here for you. Oh, and I used Karen 1-pound yarn that I had on hand. And one thing I did wrong with the pattern is these textured squares are on top of each other, and so are these smoother squares, and they're supposed to be diagonal from each other. I didn't realize till halfway through, and I just decided to leave it. For the next project, I did not follow a pattern at all. I had some Bernette blanket yarn on hand and decided to just make a blanket and use the half double crochet, and I really love it. It's very soft, and it's a pretty big blanket. I'm going to be inserting some pictures throughout the video so you guys can get a better view of some of these projects. For the next project, I had some homespun yarn, I believe it's called, or hometown. I think it's Lion brand. I had that on hand and I thought the yarn was so pretty and I wanted to make something, so I decided to make a scarf. For the life of me, I cannot remember where I got the pattern, and I didn't follow the pattern exactly. The pattern normally had, I think it was half double crochet in the back loop, and the scarf width-wise was going this way. And I decided I wanted to make it lengthwise and have it look like this. It's nice and thick. And I also made some tassels. I love it. And I also decided to make a hat to go with that. I didn't follow any pattern for this. I just tried to do the same stitch. And I made some ribbing. I did follow Rich Textures Crochet for the ribbing part of the hat. And then the rest of the hat, I just did the half double crochet back loop only. This is what it looks like on. I haven't decided if I should put a pom-pom on it or not. The next project I have is a blanket pattern that I found on Pinterest from easycrochet.com, and I really love this blanket. It's one of my favorite blankets, made with mandala tweed and also with feels like butter yarn, and it's so pretty. Again, I will insert a picture here so you can see it much better. She had it as a lap blanket, and I decided to make it into a throw size blanket. In her blog, she has all different sizes that you can make, and she tells you how to do that. The next project I have is a pattern by HanJan Crochet called the Easy Triangle Shawl. I found the pattern when I was looking for a shawl to make for one of my aunts. She has stage 4 colon cancer, and I wanted to make something for her that she could wrap around her and just know she's loved and know I'm praying for her. And then I decided to make 2 other shawls for her, 2 of her sisters. I used Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek for mine. This is what it looks like. It's quite big. I made mine just a little bit different than the pattern. I used 3 colors in mine, and I think she only used 2 colors. And then when it came to the tassels, I did not do the same tassels that she did in hers. And I made all 3 of my aunts the shawls in their favorite colors. I will insert a photo here for you to see that. That is all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed sharing my projects with you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.